You're listening to The Bird Bath. Welcome back to The Bird Bath. Each week we scrape the surface of the news you need to know, so let's get into it. This week, good news only. Tell me something good. I don't know if that's going to get me copyright claimed, but hey, there is enough stuff going on in the world that I thought that this week we should just bring you stories to bring a smile to your face and give you hope about where the future of veterinary medicine is going across the world. I'm so excited to do this. I sent out a message to a lot of folks in my network asking for them to raise their hand with their best stories. And this was just a few of the wonderful stories that we've now got queued up and ready to bring to you all, and sprinkle in a little bit more good news into your day. Kicking us off is blendVET. Now, I wanted to highlight this right off the bat because it's an extremely important month that I don't feel like given enough time to yet on the show, which is Black History Month. February is Black History Month, and we're halfway through it. And if you haven't taken a moment to sit down and think about the importance of Black veterinarians and Black practitioners across our industry, now is the time you should do that. I'm really glad we're on an incredible precipice here. We have a current president-elect for the AVMA, Dr. Michael Bailey. When I talked with Dr. Bailey, he said, I have only a couple years here. You've got your president-elect year, your year in office, your immediate past president year. But he wanted to ring the bell and raise the charge for people to step up to be leaders across the industry, no matter what your background is, but really also to, and especially for Black History Month here, to bring an opportunity to shine a spotlight on some incredible leaders, some incredible Black leaders across our industry. Now, one of the wonderful things that the team at blendVET does is they do a really incredible job with their pathway program, and they've got the first one launching in Canada. This was something really neat to be able to see. I know they've been doing a lot of work here across the US, but the first international student pathway event is taking place April 2nd in Toronto. They're working with the Canadian VMA, the Black Veterinarians Association of Canada, and they're hosting 50 high school students. They've also partnered with the NAVC to make sure that they can bring some additional sponsorship to the program. But if you wanted to get involved even sooner and you're here in the US, you should definitely make sure to raise your hand and volunteer for the Youth Careers Pathway that's taking place in Jacksonville, Florida later this month. So Friday, February 21st, there is going to be another opportunity for people to volunteer and guide new students through some, interactive stations where they get to see general medicine, surgery, emergency, shelter medicine. It's an opportunity for students from diverse backgrounds to be able to see what the lifestyle is like for a veterinarian and really find a way to begin some mentorship here. So I'm going to put links to both the Jacksonville, Florida event as well as the Canadian event for any of our neighbors from the north that listen to the show. So across the board, though, please take a moment to check out what blendVET is bringing. It's an important time and it's an important month for us to be able to raise up voices from all backgrounds. Another opportunity for people to be able to engage and have their voices heard is through the ASPCA Veterinary Engagement Team, or ASPCA VET. The goal of ASPCA VET is to empower veterinary professionals to stay informed and involved in pivotal animal welfare policy development and advocacy opportunities. It's a program that you can join. You can go right online right now. There's a link in our bio, and you can receive these super important updates on issues that impact the lives of animals. And it allows you an opportunity to share your expertise. It gives you a place where you can bring your insights and actually have your own Mr. Smith Goes to Washington moment, where you can get tapped on the shoulder and called to be in front of people that are making changes in the policies that affect the lives of animals. Now, the ASPCA and the VET team were extremely involved in a lot of the very important things that are happening across the industry. And when you sign up for it, you can sort of say, hey, this is what I want to be a part of. This is where I want my voice to be heard. Ask me about this. They're talking about things like veterinary telemedicine, pets in housing, horse slaughter, puppy mills, farm animal welfare. And it just gives you this opportunity to not just see what's happening and be reactive to the policies, but actually be on the forefront of helping make change in our industry. I know they were a big part of the changes in the New York laws around puppy mills, and with a lot of the things that are going on with immigration in the US, available housing for pets is a very big thing as well there that needs immediate attention and immediate tackling. So if you want to make an impact and you want to actually see that one voice can make a difference, go ahead and sign up. The ASPCA has a great program there. They're very excited to continue to grow this. I had a really great conversation with the team that's running it, and I really think it's something that we're going to see a unique and cool opportunity for veterinarians and veterinary team members to be able to see their impact on the lives of animals outside of the practice and through the policy and laws that we all are affected by. Next, we've got a feather in her cap. Now, some of you may have participated or know about the Feather in Her Cap Awards. This was a new one for me, and I want to thank the folks who raised their hand and brought this story to me. But if you're not aware, Feather in Her Cap and the Feather in Her Cap Awards are a celebration of powerhouse women shaping the future of animal health. They're leaders, innovators, mentors, and people that inspire everyone across the industry. And they awarded 3 incredible women last month at their big awards show in Orlando during VMX. The first top award was the Feather in Her Cap Award. It went to Lori Hunecki, and I apologize, Lori, if I butchered the last name there. But Lori is a public policy and government relations powerhouse at Merck Animal Health. She has been in the industry for nearly 2 decades, paving the way for trade policies, regulatory clarity, global supply chain improvement. One of the things that I thought was really cool was that she was a big part of, going back to the policy that we talked about in the previous story here, she's a big part of helping make sure that veterinary medicine was considered essential work during the pandemic. She's made sure that she's tackling these barriers. She's pulling up that next generation of women and really doing a lot of mentorship. One of the great things about winning the Feather in Her Cap Award is that she's given a $5,000 donation to be able to split between the Bellevue, Iowa FFA and the Jackson County, Iowa Humane Society. So she not only won, but she also was able to give back to her community. Our next winner at the award show was the High Flyer Award. It went to Dr. Chelsea Etsy, who's the Vice President of U.S. Pet Care at Parnell. She moved out of private practice and into the industry side of things. She has been launching and growing the Parnell prescription business line, as well as making sure that she can still reach down and help pull people up in interesting mentorship opportunities and supporting that next generation of animal health professionals. Finally, the good friend of mine who tipped me off to this story, so thank you, the Entrepreneurial Spirit Award. It went to Dr. Eve Hanks. If you haven't had a chance to meet Eve, she is an incredible and wonderful woman who is doing huge things in the veterinary space. She is the CEO of myRNA, which is bringing cutting-edge microRNA technology and AI-driven diagnostics into the veterinary world. She's making disease detection faster, smarter. She's leading her company through a ton of award-winning success, as well as some major funding rounds. And during all of that, she's making sure that she can mentor other founders to understand new and unique ways to innovate in animal health sectors. So these were some incredible, incredible women that we were able to see celebrated. And if you haven't had a chance to meet them, which I have not had a chance to meet all of them, be sure to reach out to them. They've all made a big impact on the animal health space, and I think we'll expect to see much, much more. If you're looking to give back in your practice, you should definitely check out myBalto. myBalto is a platform that allows veterinary clinics to help reduce the financial stressors for pet owners. Through their nonprofit organization, the myBalto Foundation, they give practices the opportunity to set up their own charitable funds where they can add support to pets in need throughout their community. They have things like Roundup at checkout. It allows clients to contribute a small amount during payments. It allows donations, handling, all of the administration, all of those things are handled by myBalto. And the cool story is that they are launching this year's March Veterinary Madness donation competition. So if you were hungry for some sports after the Super Bowl wrapped up, well, the March Veterinary Madness competition could be the next thing. myBalto's launched this. It's got a fun bracket where you're able to see how you can compete against other practices. So hospitals can sign up. It gives you a chance to be able to actively track your progress and stay ahead of the competition with the down to the day moments and understand what's going on so that you can really help drive donations and drive change and help for animals. The cool thing here as well is that each time that someone wins in a round, they receive an additional bonus from ASPCA pet insurance. So it's a cool way to be able to rally your team, engage your community, and really make a life-saving impact. Make sure to go to the link in the bio to check out what myBalto is doing and sign up and see if you can win the March Veterinary Madness competition. Finally, a big dog in the space announced some really cool things. Mars Veterinary Health announced their inaugural environmental sustainability update. They detailed their environmental approach across their nearly 3,000 global veterinary clinics. The highlights from it that I thought were really cool was that 2,300 plus Mars Veterinary Health clinics in the US and the UK use 100% renewable energy. They've introduced anesthesia gas capturing technologies so they can reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. They've put in place a way to collect pet food packaging. They said they've collected over 18,000 pet food packages since 2023. And they've expanded that to nearly 1,000 of their US Mars Veterinary Health clinics, which in the numbers from 2024, they're estimating over 80 tons of waste was diverted from landfills. Finally, they've introduced a guidance for wiser use of antibiotics within their veterinary clinics. They really understand the importance of these antibiotics not growing to create additional antibiotic resistance and the importance of proper disposal and utilization of these to be able to reduce the impact on humans, pets, and our planet as a whole. So congratulations to Mars Veterinary Health. I've linked the entire report here. It was cool. And again, the point of this episode isn't just to say these are the only ones doing something great, but I think the cool thing was to see that there's good news. There's good things happening in the world, and you should take a second, look around, and find the good news in your day. Now, if you're looking for something else to listen to and you're listening to this on our release date on Tuesday, or even later, join our live stream of our panel from VMX. We're restreaming the live panel where we're talking about whether or not we're preparing veterinarians for tomorrow's world, and it's a panel on the gaps in education. We're posting it on our LinkedIn. You can register if you want to get an update on it right as it comes out. We're going to have a live chat section going there as well, but feel free to go back and check it out on YouTube through the Bird Bath anytime. And if you want to hear me keep talking, which frankly I love to hear, but I'm not sure if you guys always do, you can check me out on 2 other podcasts that came out in the past week. Modern Veterinary Practice Podcast with Jack Peplow. Jack is a better haired, more British version of what I would love to be one day. And it was great to sit down and talk with him about all of the things that we see between the US and the UK market. Jack does an incredible job. He's put on some wonderful things, and he's a wealth of knowledge for international and European understandings of the veterinary industry. And then I also sat down on the All Things Veterinary podcast with Jimmy Duro, which is sponsored by Patterson. Jimmy and I talked about what 2025 has in store and the big things that we saw in 2024. So be sure to check out those podcasts. And as always, if you're looking for more, be sure to subscribe to our Substack. There's a link in the bio. And don't miss out on any episodes by subscribing and rating the show. For the Bird Bath, there's good news out there. I'm Ryan Leach. See you next week.